Come on, log on with me at the Holy Table on Lisa's Talk. This is another Lisa's Talk. I guess y'all say she doing 2 Lisa Talks in one day. Yeah. And you see now I'm getting myself prepared for the evening. Getting myself prepared for the evening, meaning I'm winding down. I'm winding down. After a while I'll be laying down. Okay. But I got on here to talk to the men and the women's. And let me start with the women's first because I'm a woman myself. So let's start. I'm going to start with the women's first, okay? Because I am a woman myself, and I want to talk to the women's first. Nothing against the men's right now, but I do need to talk to the women's first. Women, ladies, and I love to call y'all queens, okay? But in order to wear that title, you have to know how to be in that position. It's the way that you carry yourself. You're going to have to carry yourself as a queen if you want to wear that title queen, all right? If you don't want to wear the title queen, then hey, that's on you. But I'm really talking to the ladies, the women's, the ladies, and the queens. So in order to wear that title queen, you're going to have to carry yourself as a queen, all right? Let's talk. Let's do a table talk at the Holy Table on Lisa's Talk, all right? This is real talk. I'm a type of person, I'm a type of lady, I'm a type of woman that I do commune and conversate with people, but I got certain people I like to talk to. I don't like to talk to negative people, not much at all, because it's enough negativity going on in the world today. You know that negativity get down in your spirit, man, and it makes you feel some type of way, it makes you act some type of way, and when you know anything, your self-esteem will do this, it'll go down. It'll go down. No. On Lisa's Talk, we all about encouraging you and uplifting your self-esteem to go up. Okay? So let's talk. Back in the day, I'm going to start with back in the day. Back in the day, the ladies back in the day did not have the access to things of today like they did back in the day. All right? You had some ladies, some women did work, and some women did not work. Most women back in the day, they depended on their husbands, or I will say the men, to take care of them. Now, it's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. If you was blessed to have a man to take care of you back in the day, I'm going to say kudos to you. And, you know, hey, thank God for that, all right? But a lot of times, they had the men to take care of them back in the day. But though a lot of the men, not all the men now, but a lot of the men was abusive to the ladies back in the day. They felt like they had to accept abuse. All right. No matter, and a lot of abuse was physical abuse. How I know? Because I witnessed a lot of it as a child. All right. Back in the day. Physical abuse. They had verbal abuse. All right. They had emotional abuse. They had spiritually abuse. It was a lot of abuse back in the day. And like I said, a lot of the ladies accepted that. They dealt with that because they felt like they had to take that. All right? Because the man was the home provider and the man was paying the bills and putting food on the table. And back in the day, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. Well, today it's still a big deal. It's still a big deal today. Hello, cousin. It's still a big deal today. But people of today are not taking the stuff, or they shouldn't be taking the abuse that people back in the day took. You know, they got housing now. Ladies now can go and get on housing. They got different programs now. All right. They got food stamp for people now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this stuff is for you to stay on it, but this stuff is for you to get until you're able to improve. All right. Improvement have to knock at the door. All right. But the thing that I'm seeing today is people they getting on the programs of the housing or whatever. But what they're doing is, and I'm not talking about everybody, but I am just talking, hypothetically talking. All right. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm just hypothetically talking. All right. It used to be a time where people, if they were on stuff like this, assistance, that they looked out for themselves and their children. All right. Children was so important back in the day, and they should be important today. All right. Families, let me just say families should be important. And so therefore, if they was in an abusive situation, all right, then they would try to talk to people, somebody to help them to get out of that abusive situation where they could be able to take their families and be in a better situation. All right. Back in the day, men and women would fight one another, and they would just fight it out. They wasn't calling the police or the sheriff to come and arrest the person, the man or the woman, whosoever. They wasn't doing that back in the day. They took the abuse, is what I'm saying. Today, let me tell y'all something today. Thank God for today. Somebody else said, thank God for today. Today, you don't have to take abuse from nobody. Now, this goes for a man or a woman. All right? Because you got women that abuse men, just like you got men that abuse women. You don't have to take it today, y'all. It's too many opportunities for you, all right, that you don't have to take no kind of abuse. And let me ask you this question. Why should you take abuse? Why? Why should anybody take abuse? Why do you really think that you are living just to be abused, to be somebody abuse you? Now, this goes for a man or woman, because like I say, you got women that abuse men, just like you got some men that abuse women. So you got it, this is going on both ways, all right, in the time we're living in. And I'm pretty sure it was going on both ways back then too. But this is the question that I want to ask you on Lisa Live Ministry. Why take it? Why should you take the abuse? You are not living. You was not created. You was not born for no one to abuse you in no kind of capacity. So why take it? You don't have to. Now, a lot of people choose to. They choose to stay. They're embarrassed to leave. They feel some type of way, but I'm just saying, you don't have to. My mama used to say, when I get a little toho, that was her word, little toho. That means when she would say, when she get to a point where she can see her way out of it or see her way through it. All right. And there is so much of abuse these days and time. And I'm not just only saying in the household. I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying just about anywhere you go, somebody want to abuse somebody. And I want to ask the question, why? People are so intimidated by people. Why? People used to push you, encourage you, inspire you to want to be more knowledgeable. Now, when people see that you are knowledgeable, they feel some type of way about that. They get intimidated about that. Especially men's. Especially some men's. You know, and once again, the question is why? Why? Everyone has the right to be knowledgeable. Everyone has the right to be smart. Everyone has the right to have some integrity, intelligence about themselves. Everyone have the right to learn more and more. Matter of fact, you're on this earth to learn more and more and more. You're on this earth to be equipped. Your equip should never stop. You should always be striving, motivating yourself, encouraging yourself to want to do better. Matter of fact, do better should be in your category. You should want to improve. You should want to improve. No one should be able to be stagnated. No one should be able to just say, this is the level I'm on. This is where I'm going to be at. This is it. No, as long as you're living, it's never it. You see, you should always be moving forward. You should always be doing something to help somebody else. It's not for you to know something and don't want to share it. Don't want to tell somebody else. Why? That's another question. Why? Why not share a board? Why not help somebody else? Why not let somebody know you don't have to do it this way? You don't have to do it that way, but this is another better way to do it. See, we shouldn't have to, hello, beautiful Queen Tonette Williams. How you doing, baby? We shouldn't have to want to stay in no kind of abuse. And yet and still, I see a lot of young people are staying in abusive situations. They're either drinking themselves to death, worrying themselves to death, stressing themselves out to death, and we're worrying and stressing over people, over things that is totally unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. We have not created nobody. God has created everybody. And with that being said, you're going to have to pick up the pieces and continue to keep on moving forward. I was telling my cousin, Candace, today. I said, Candace, I know it gets a little hard on you. I know everybody feel the crunch sometimes. I said, but you're doing a wonderful job. And she is. And I say, keep striving. At least you don't have no man staying with you, shacking with you, and most of all, abusing you. I told her that. I say, baby, keep up the good work. Stay doing what you're doing. Learn to respect yourself. Because, see, that's the kicker. That's the thing. We've got to learn to respect ourselves. How you expect somebody else going to respect you, and you don't even respect your own self? Now, this go for a man or woman. We've got to learn to respect. I don't care who talk about you, who talk down on you, who talk negative about you. Baby, that mess that people talk about ain't worth a hill of beans. Let it go on one end, come out the other. But when you learn who you are in the Lord and within yourself, the sky is, they say the sky's the limit. The sky's above the limit. It is above and beyond the limit. When you learn who you are. Be thankful that God has brought you out. And be thankful that God is continuing to keep on allowing you to live and keep on moving you. I don't want to be around no negativity. I don't. I choose not to want to be. If I see a lot of negative, I'm going to find a way to detour, escape, move around, exit. Because that's just not good for nobody to be in. It's not. If you want to live a longevity life, live it to the fullest and live it as stress-free as you can. Don't allow no one to abuse you in no kind of way. Neglect, that's abuse. It's a lot of different abuse. And when I sit back and I think about some of the ladies that I grew up around, and I think about some of the conditions that they was in, and I think about them saying, I got to take this until I can do better. See, sometimes that's why I got Lisa Talk, because sometimes I sit back and the good Lord, He works with me and through me all kinds of ways. But God do not want us to be in no kind of abusive situation, none whatsoever. And look at you. You are the black queen. You are the black sheep that turn goats. You are the one. You are the one. You've got to be, if no one else encourage you, that song say, hello, Sherry. If that song say, you've got to learn to encourage yourself. If nobody else encourage you, you got to learn to encourage yourself. Because a lot of times you might not get it. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about it if you don't get it. Just learn to encourage yourself. Learn to encourage yourself. Learn to breathe on yourself. Learn to inspire yourself. Learn to motivate your own self. Learn to love yourself. A lot of people just don't even love their own selves. They don't let themselves just went all the way down. For what? For what? Don't do yourself like that. I'm trying to see if I can take these glasses. Don't do yourself like that. Learn to inspire your own self. Be happy. I don't care if you ain't doing too much of nothing. Be happy with this, not doing too much of nothing at this particular time. Maybe you don't want to do too much of nothing. But just be happy, good people. Sometimes you got to do what you need to do for yourself. And you got to love yourself enough to say, I'm going to do what I want to do for myself that I need to do for myself. Don't you know sometimes self-love is the best love and self-love is important? You need to learn how to make your own self feel good. Within yourself, within your spirit, within your mind, within your soul. If don't nobody tap you on the shoulder. If there's nobody says nothing. When you walk, you need to walk like you own the room. You set the stage, you set the atmosphere. But a lot of people don't even know the charisma, the energy they have, the positive energy that they have. So be glad that you was made and created. Be glad that you was born. But don't let no one abuse you in any kind of way, because it's not worth it. Now this go for a male or a female. Because like I say, you got males that go through. You got males that really go through. And I'm going to say this to the kings. Stop allowing people to put you through something that you know that you don't need to be going through. You got people that's got so many pills lined up on the table. They just popping pills, popping pills, popping pills. And I prayed and asked the Lord. Here I am, 61 years old today. I turned 61 years old this month. I don't mind about telling nobody. But I do not take a whole line of pills. I don't. I may have different things that I go and buy to help me out, because I'm old school. I like them old remedies. You know, I know how to do different things because I took care of people for a long time. I had a wonderful, blessed, gorgeous mother that taught me very well. And so I know how to do different things without popping pills on this and that. But at the same time, I am truly, truly grateful. I am. I'm truly grateful. No one can take nothing away from me. No one can take nothing away from me that they didn't give me. So, you know, it's just a blessing to motivate yourself, to inspire yourself, to encourage yourself, to think something of yourself and think highly of yourself. I don't care what nobody say. You're going to find people be saying stuff like they think they so much and they want to be high maintenance and they want to be bougie and all this. Come on out. Baby, if you don't think something of yourself, who you think going to think something of yourself for you? And if you get someone, and I don't care if it's a male or a female, because it can go both ways, kings and queens. If you get someone that's talking down on you, disrespecting you, mistreating you, you know what I'm saying, want to put everybody else before you, let me ask you this question. Is that love? Is that truly love? Let me hear an answer to that. No, that's not. So therefore, why would you put up with it? Why would you keep going through that? Why would you let somebody treat you like that? Sometimes we have to stand our grounds, put our foot down, and say, now look, I'm not going to keep on going through this with you. And if they continue to keep on doing it, let them see how I feel to live without you. Let them see how I feel to live without you. Show them your back. And you start going on out that door. Because it's really done got to the point now where a lot of things that we are putting up with, that we are tolerating, it's just not worth it. And I don't care what it is. And I don't care where you go. It's just not worth it. Even when you go to the house of the Lord, a lot of stuff that you hear, you got to let it go in one ear and come out the other. A lot of negative things that you see, how people acting, let it go in one ear and come out the other. Because see, people don't want you to improve. They don't want, some people want you to sit up under them and stay up under them. Because you make them feel bigger. But then what about you? Some people want to step all over you. You ever seen a little stepping stool? Some people want you to be that stepping stool while they climb up and step all up on you so they can keep on climbing up. But they want to keep you down low. No. That's like God gave you something to do. God gave me something to do too. So we have to learn to whatever assignment that God has gave you to do, me to do, or whomsoever to do, you got to keep on doing it. Whatever God gave you, don't be no stepping stool for nobody. Don't dim your light for nobody. Keep shining your light. Because your light might be the only light somebody see, which is God's light, and that's shining in you, through you, and out of you. So Don't allow no one to think that they got the authority, the power to abuse you. I don't care who it is. You need to cut ties. You need to turn that loose. You need to put your foot down. You need to let them know, baby, you ain't worth me. You're not worth me thinking that I'm going to sit here and belittle myself and allow you to belittle myself to abuse me. I don't care what you do. I don't care where you go, and I don't care who you like. See, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have to learn to take back your power. And that's for the male and the female. When I'm talking to kings and queens. Take back your power. Take back your authority. Take back your dignity. Take back your love. Take back your peace. Take back your character. Take back your intelligence. Take back your integrity. Take it all back. Take it all back. It was never meant for you to give it to nobody, no way. So you've got to learn to take it back. Take it back. Y'all don't know how many people comes on Lisa Live Ministry and listen to Lisa Live Ministry. It comes on Lisa's Talk. This is Lisa's Talk. Listen to Lisa's Talk. They, I got Keys Encouragement and Queens Empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Different things that the Lord has given me, has poured in me, protected me, so I can help God's people. Even the children. I'm a lover for kids. So, because every human being needs to be encouraged. Every human being needs to be loved and inspired. Every human being needs to be improved. Every human being needs to be added to, not subtract from. So, when you walk and when you talk and when you enter into a room, you've got to know who you are to enter into that room. Because a lot of time you're the one that's setting that positive stage, that positive atmosphere. You see what I'm saying? You're the one that's doing it. Keep up your appearance. Keep up, keep yourself up. Don't let yourself go down. I remember when I was much younger, they had this modeling school called Barbizon Modeling School. And I think I was in high school. When I found out about Barbizon Modeling School. And I've always wanted to be a model. When I was coming up, before I had kids and did internet, before I even got married, I always wanted to be a model. I wanted to model clothes and I wanted to do the modeling walk. I wanted to do that. But talking to my mama at that particular time, I came from a very strict environment, and my mom was very protective of me, and I thank God she was. Sitting back now and seeing how things are today, I'm grateful for the mother I had. And she told me, she said, Lisa, no, I'm not going to let you do that because they might be modeling bathing suits. I went off into interested in modeling bathing suits. I just wanted to model clothes. I'm a clothes person. I love clothes. I love suits and stuff like that, like pantsuits and dress suits. I'm into the fashion part of it. I always have like the fashion, and but she never did let me do it. And like I said, I was so interested in it. But you know what? Even though she never did allow me to go to Barbizon Modeling School to become a model, I still to this day love wearing nice, elegancy clothing. I go and I can look at something and it can just catch my eye, and I know that's for me. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to just browse around. And how some people have to browse. If I go to a store, if I'm ordering something, it can catch my eye and I know that's for me. That's the type of woman that I am. That's the type of spirit that I have on the inside of me. So, and I love dressing up. I love nice things. Now, when I'm around the house, yeah, you're going to see me looking like this. But when I step out, I know how to dress. I know how to step out. I know, how to, because I'm off into designs. I'm off into stuff. I've always been off into it. So even though she did not allow me to go to modeling school, the modeling was still in me. You see what I'm saying? It was still in me. See, sometimes you might not be allowed to do different things, but it still will be inside of you. So, and it's not about And I've never been a person that like to compete with people. You got some people that's their thing. It's not my thing. It's not. The way I carry myself, I'm in a lane all by myself. So therefore, I don't compete with nobody. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna, do what I need to do. I'm gonna carry myself in a compassionate, humble, loving way to serve people, help people, whatever I got to do. But I'm in a lane all by myself. And you should feel the same way. You should feel like you're in a lane all by yourself. You should feel like whatever, whoever you are, that's just who you are. I'm Lisa Taylor, okay? So I know I'm Lisa Taylor. So no one can come and say that I'm not Lisa Taylor. I know who I am. See, this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. And back in the day, people had to walk behind somebody else, so they never really knew their own identity. But when you learn your own identity, you see what I'm saying? You know who you are. So no one has to, you don't have to pretend. You don't have to act. You don't have to fake it. You don't have to be persuasive. You know who you are. I mean, it's in you. It's grounded in you. It's rooted in you. You see what I'm saying? So when I walk, I walk. When I talk, I talk. And I'm very courageous. You see what I'm saying? I'm very, I love inspiring and encouraging people. And it don't take much. A lot of times we think that it takes a whole lot of this and a whole lot of, no, it don't. It does not take much to encourage somebody else. It does not take much to tell somebody else you can make it, you can do it. Come on up out of that rut. Come on out of that anxiety or depression. It don't take much. But see, a lot of times now I see a lot of people want people to stay down. They want you to stay down. They want you to stay feeling bad. They want you to, stay in a rut. They want you to stay this going on. No. Nothing ain't going on. It might be going on for you, but it ain't going on for me. See, people wants to be around people now that is going somewhere, that is improving. People want to be around some people now that's going to talk some uplifting, encouragement, inspiring words to them. They don't want this negativity mess. They don't want this ghetto mess either. I'm going to be real with you. They don't want this ghetto mess. They don't want this foolishness. They don't want this ignorancy. They want pure intelligence. They want integrity. They want wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. They want it. They want patience. They want the real love. They don't want no lust. So all I'm saying to you guys is, back in the day, people paved the way for you. And they went through a lot of abuse, a lot of misuse, they went through things back in the day for you not to go to this same stuff today. That's why I tell you about breaking that generational curse. Breaking a generation of curses, because you don't have to do what daddy did. You don't have to do what mama did. You don't have to do what grandpa and grandma and auntie and uncle and cousin and sisters and brothers and aunties and you don't have to do this stuff that somebody else done. You can do a whole 360. You can be different. I'm different. You can be different. I'm gonna break this curse, this generational curse. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to tolerate this. I'm not going to go through this. You see, and you have so much of peace within yourself about this. You have peace. So you can sleep at night. Well, somebody used to twist and turn all night or stay up all night wondering what was going to come in the door. It was hell coming in the door. Was the devil coming in the door? Do I have to fight tonight? Do I have to step out all night? Do I have to curse and do I have to cry tonight? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to have to just stay on? I got to hide in the closet. I got to run out the house. I mean, y'all just don't know what people went through back in the day and paid the way for today. And so therefore, today they paid the way back in the day for the day. Don't sit up there and do the same cycle. Don't sit up there and let nobody abuse you, and you sit there and you say, I got to take this. The hell you do. No, baby, you ain't got to take it. You ain't got to take it. You know why? Because you had so many people that came before you that did take it and took it, so you wouldn't have to. So you wouldn't have to. Be strong, women. I want the queens to be strong. Be strong. Be strong in the Lord. Be strong. I want the kings to be strong. Kings, don't talk down on no lady. Don't talk, and don't call your lady your old lady. My old lady, I can't stand that. That's my old lady. That's so terrible. That's degrading to me. She should be your queen, and you should be her king. And don't let her say different things to you that's, out of character. Sometimes you got to stop people. Stop people in their tracks. And if they don't have enough dignity, intelligence to stop it, then you set the boundaries and you get away from it. You let them be foolish and act a fool all by themselves. Back in the day, people would curse you out. And they could curse you out so strong. And they didn't have to hit you, because by the cursing that they would do, curse you out so bad or make you feel so bad, you'll have your head tucked down in your lap somewhere, because they done scold you out so bad. Well, today, you don't have to let nobody scold you and curse you out. That's why when people talk about they feel like cursing somebody, you better go somewhere and sit down. Because people nowadays will slap a harassing charge on you. They will slap something on you. It's not, that don't show good character in you to curse nobody out. We should be away from that. We should be got away from that, because that is so ghetto. That is so ghetto. Cursing people out. What does that solve? Cursing anybody. I done told somebody off. Who you done told off? You done showed people how ignorant and foolish you is. That's what you done showed. That you need to improve. See, we've got to get, hello beautiful queen. We've got to, hello beautiful queen. I want to thank you for the hearts, sweetheart. Thank you for the hearts. We love you too. And God bless you. I talked to Jay today. Matter of fact, I saw him a little bit on FaceTime. But we just got to come to ourselves and get a grip. You know what I'm saying? And treat everybody the way that you wish to be treated. And if you know that you don't want nobody to mistreat you, abuse you, put you down, do you like a dog, a cat, a rat, a mouse, don't you do it to them. Don't do it to them. Don't do it to them. So we've got to learn to do right, because somebody paved the way for you to get where you are today. See, people don't renew their minds enough to realize that somebody back in the day from generations have paved the way for you to get to where you are today. You see what I'm saying? Somebody paved the way. And by them paving the way for you to get where you are today, it ain't for you to go backwards or look backwards. You know what I'm saying? You keep on moving forward. And if you know something can help somebody else out, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. So you can share, because you should want them to move forward too. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? Some people want you to stay on that stepping stool. They want to always step on you so they can keep on going up. No. I got a light. You remember this song as I'm getting ready to log off? This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I got a light to shine. You got a light to shine. I'm not supposed to dim my light so your light can shine. No, God ain't never told none of us to dim our light. He said, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This is a big old world out here. And a lot of people in this big old world need some help. Now, what are we doing to help them? It's so many different people got testimonies. And they can tell their testimony. You don't know who your testimony would help if you only would tell it. You ain't got to tell your business, but you got a test. You done went through tests, and you was able to pass the test. Somebody else might have to go through the same test that you done went through. You can help them to encourage them to improve and say, look, you can pass this test. You can do it. You know why? I can say you can do it because I did it. So I know you can do it. Pass your test. We talked about today on Lisa, this was Lisa's talk. And we talked about today on Lisa's talk, we talked about ladies being ladies, queens being queens, women's being women's, and men's being men's, and kings being kings. We talked about abuse. We talked about abuse, y'all. We talked about the people that was back in the day that paved the way for you today. That's what we talked about. And every now and then, I sit back and think about my mama. I don't know about nobody else. I don't have to cry and all that. But every now and then, I think about Georgia. And I see how what she went through. And thank God that some of the things she went through, I might have went through a little of it, but I got out of it. Because when it comes down to any kind of abuse, I am not for it. I'm not for it. And I don't want my daughter, Miracle, or my sons to be in no kind of abuse. Nor do I want them to abuse anybody else. So we got to get away from that. But somebody paved the way for you to be here today. So now, what are you doing? If God made a way for you, and he got you with a good setup, whatever your good setup is, that's legally and righteous, don't let no one come and tear you down or beat you out of your setup that God has set you up to have. Now, you make sure that God set it up and the devil didn't, okay? But if you got a peaceful environment, you better keep your peace. That's what I'm going to tell you. You better keep your peace. Because peace feels good. Peace feels good. I'm drinking a orange Fanta, y'all. And it's good. But peace is good. Be that queen. Be that queen. And be in your own lane. And enjoy your own lane. And when you walk, it will saturate the atmosphere. And not only saturate it, but it's going to open it up. Let your light shine so people can see your good light. And they can also improve their light and their lifestyle. Okay? Do not, under no circumstances, dim your life for other people. Because they don't like you, rather you dim it. They don't like it, rather you shine it. So you might as well continue to keep on shining your light. All right. God bless y'all. I'm so glad to have y'all on Lisa's Talk. I came on twice today with Lisa's Talk. Okay. So God bless you for it. I want to come on and just say different things to try to, because you got so many people. And I ain't lying. They got bowed down heads. You got so many people are so miserable. They are. They are so miserable in their own homes. They are so, but once again, the question is why? How can you improve? How can things get better? Everybody ain't miserable now, but you do have some people that are. You got some people that are just not happy. You got some people that have never been happy. You got some people that don't even know what love is. I'm being real. They don't know the power of love. They never had it. They never experienced it. And they don't know nothing about it. You got some people don't even know about the good Lord. They don't know about the good Lord. They don't have a relationship with him. They don't have good fellowship with him. They don't have communionship with him. They don't have even a Bible to read his word. They're not praying. They're not seeking him. So that's what I'm saying. There's so much that we all can do. If you got a platform, you got a podcast, help somebody. Because there's people all around the world needs to be helped. If they don't have Facebook, let them know that Lisa's Talk is on YouTube. Let them know Lisa Live Ministries is on YouTube. Get on there and listen. You know? And then I'm going to go a little bit further and say, if you got it in you, God done gave you something. He done gave you a setup. He done gave you a podcast. He done gave you a platform. Start doing it. Do your assignment for the Lord. Because I'm going to tell you something. People might not like what you're doing, but it's not about the people. You ain't trying to please no people, baby. You better learn how to please God. Because God wants people. It's so many people in bondage. They're bound. And God is calling them to come out. He wants them out. And he got you on assignments to help bring his people out as you stay out. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All right now. Okay. I'm gone. God bless you. I won't be back on today. Now, I've been on 2 times for Lisa's Talk. But I just want y'all to know, somebody paid the way. Somebody paid the way for you, and you. Somebody, somewhere in your family, paid the way for you to come out and stay out. All right? You got to learn to come out and stay out. And you got to know your own identity. Because I don't care what nobody do nor say. You got to know who you are. And when you walk, you walk. And when you talk, you talk. And never look down, but continue to look up. Because you know what? You're looking up to the hills, which come at your help. Because you know that all your help comes from the Lord. And see, that's what people can't get. And that's why you find so many people say, people wish that they was in your shoes. No, wear your own shoes. Don't wish that you was in mine. Because I'm not going to wish I was in your shoes. But what I am going to tell you is wear your own shoes and look up to the hills, which come at your help. Because all your help comes from the Lord. So don't wish that you was in my shoes. Because I'm not going to wish that I was in yours. Because I can't, your size might not fit my size. And my size might not fit your size. See, that's what's wrong with people today. They always want to be somebody else. Now, be yourself. Be yourself. Don't change yourself. Unless you change yourself for the goodness of the Lord. And he can get the glory out of it. But be yourself.